Hey everyone, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for joining me again today. Quick mini collections video for today. So I mentioned in the first one of these that I did that focus is always a struggle for me in this hobby. And one of the ways that I try to deal with that is I sort of compartmentalize and create these mini collections, for lack of a better term, in my mind. So I'll search for 2 or 3 cards that sort of all make sense or go together, maybe half a dozen or even 10 cards in some cases. And even though they don't represent a complete set or, the entirety of what's available for whatever the subject matter is, at least it gives me enough coverage there that I feel satisfied and I can move on to other areas of my collecting. Today's mini collection, as you can see in front of you, is going to feature 3 cards. I picked all of these up in the last month off of Sport Lots, and they all have a common theme. They are Upper Deck canvas inserts. So these have existed in the last 10 years of Upper Deck flagship hockey. They are exactly what they sound like. They're inserts that are printed on canvas texture cardstock. And what's great about them, if you're not familiar with them, is they feature really cool, unique photographs compared to the Upper Deck flagship set, sort of akin to, in the world of baseball, like the Topps variation photographs from the flagship set. So the 3 that I have today were all picked up for like $2 or less. They were grabbed on Sport Lots, and they all have a common theme, and that is they show the greatest trophy in all of sports, the Stanley Cup. So first and foremost, from the 2013-14 canvas insert set, we have Patrick Kane of the Chicago Blackhawks. Just an awesome, awesome photograph here of, arguably the greatest American-born hockey player of all time, hoisting the greatest trophy of all time in front of the Chicago fans. This is obviously at a celebratory parade. Love that he's rocking the Blackhawks sweater and the shades, probably a few beers deep, and just hoisting the trophy and celebrating in front of the fans. One of the more unique and just awesome images that I can remember from these canvas cards over the years. And these are actually getting a little bit more expensive as time goes by. Like I said, the 3 today I was able to nab for like $2 or less, but I'm seeing less and less of them available in that price range, especially for the earlier, the first 4 or 5 sets maybe. So happy to have scooped this one up, and that is the Patrick Kane. And then the other 2 go hand in hand. So I have only been fortunate enough in my 30 years of being a fan of NHL hockey to have the team that I root for win the Stanley Cup. And that was back in the summer of 2011. So when Upper Deck released the canvas insert set the following year, they commemorated that cup win for my local Boston Bruins. And 2 of the cards from that are particularly awesome, and I have them both. So here is the first one, Captain Zdeno Chara lifting his Stanley Cup at last. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this as far as photography on a card. Just look at the jubilation in his face, screaming out loud to the crowd. Finally achieved this major milestone in his NHL career, and something that he's likely dreamt about since he was a young child. And it's just a fantastic moment covered on cardboard. Chara's rookie cards are not exactly iconic or recognizable. They're from the late 90s, and he actually came in the league with the Islanders. I'm not even sure I have one, to be honest with you. So he doesn't have a lot of memorable cardboard over the years, even though he's been a very successful player. And so in my mind, this is actually one of my absolute favorite Zdeno Chara cards in existence. I already had a copy of this one, but when I saw a second copy available on Sport Lots for that cheap and thought it would make a good addition to this video, I went ahead and grabbed the second one. And that's also the case for the 3rd and final card from that Boston Bruins Stanley Cup championship in the summer of 2011. We have Patrice Bergeron. Maybe the single greatest image on any canvas card I've ever acquired. And obviously I'm biased saying that, given that I was a Bruins fan in the summer where this cup was won. But I mean, it doesn't get a whole lot better than this. Just look at this angle of Lord Stanley's Cup pouring what I assume is champagne into Bergeron's mouth here as he celebrates with his screaming teammates in the background. I guess you have a little claim to fame if you're this guy. You can say your beer gut was included on a hockey card. So I don't know who this is over on the side here, but just a great photograph, which is really the reason that one would enjoy these cards and be drawn to these cards to begin with. And if I tilt this a little bit in the light, you can kind of get a sense for the canvas texture that these are known for. So that's all for today. Just have that trio. Really enjoy these images, really enjoy this insert set on the whole, and appreciate you stopping by. We'll be back soon with more content, and happy collecting.